Good evening, everyone, and thank you for your patience if you were hanging around. This is Boys from the Baltic Star, episode 12, Ben?
12.
Oh
yes,
my
believe it or
goodness.
not.
Episode 12. We are a Traveller tabletop roleplay game stream. I am Luke in the corner, bringing peace and love tonight. It's what Cara would have wanted. Next to me is Ewan. He is my friend, my pal, my confidant, my fellow ne'er-do-well and bringer down and poisoner of political men and killer of gardeners. He's a fine man, despite all that. And then at the end is the one we must all respect for the sake of the dice rolls. It is our referee, Ben, who will start us off for this session.
Oh, thank you very much. So, last time, the boys from the Baltic Star spent a day exploring the city of Sellville on Giikur. Stefan followed Seva, but lost him in the city. Cara made a friend on Mina, while streaming her experiences over the holonet. She also invited a possible contact, the Commodore, to join them on their evening lake cruise. After exploring Lata, the travellers met up on Rena to meet with Amy Grashenko at the Black Sun offices, who seems to be largely uninterested in them, now that, unexpectedly, they've been paid the missing money, somehow. On leaving the offices, they found a familiar face in the lobby, Anton Fess, and that is where we resume the story.
He may be a familiar face, but he may not be a desirable face. That is for sure.
Well, to be fair, he hasn't shaved recently.
Just makes him look even more swarthy and untrustworthy. For those people that don't know who he is, he's a despicable. Well, he's possibly a despicable man. We ran into him. How long ago? You and a while back? Would you say?
A while. Yeah.
On a space station. He tried to do suspicious stuff with our beloved Sammy Cress, which upset me greatly. But it did mean I got to use my philosophy role for the only time in the game so far, which I'm very excited about.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of glad he's back if it means that philosophy's back on the table.
More philosophy roles.
More philosophy roles tonight.
Yes. Well, what he does is turns and smiles and says hello, and then walks very slowly towards you. And initially, he looks at Cara. And he says, "Oh, I've missed you."
Cara will sort of raise an eyebrow. She never really had any dealings with him. She'll say, she'll try and play it very cool. She'll be like, "I'm sorry, have we met?"
Ah, I must just have one of those faces.
That's definitely what I was thinking when you came over.
So, tell me, are you still travelling with that lovely planetologist of yours?
Oh, you mean I can't remember the name. What was Carl will turn around and be like, what was her name? What was her name again? Sort of to everyone else, sort of like, it's been so long ago. What was? And sort of leave it hanging in the air a little bit. And Sarai say nothing. Sarai was the one that first introduced everyone to Anton Fest, and she's never felt good about it since. So she's certainly not given any sort of names or anything away.
Okay, yes.
Sorry, go on.
Yes, he smiles and immediately turns his attention to Stefan. Sammy Cress, her name was. Still travelling with you?
Sammy, we I don't think we've seen her since when was it? And he sort of looks over his shoulder towards the rest of the group. Can I quickly, out of character, is he carrying himself very much in the same way that he last did? You know, speech patterns, the way he walks and...
Yes.
Okay. He'll say, no, I can't remember when we last saw her at all, if I'm honest.
If you're honest.
If.
That is always the question.
Stefan will give a little smile.
Yes, if you're honest. I was wondering that myself. Can you roll a deception roll for me, please, with intellect?
Yes.
Anton Fest is even putting my role playing on edge. He's that sort of guy. All right, go on.
That's a 6 plus nothing.
Okay, straight 6. Fair enough. Okay. He immediately turns his attention to Agnar, and he says, "So, would I find her on the Baltic Star?"
Agnar says to him, are you in need of a planetologist?
Oh.
Is it this? Is it this planet? Are you interested in something to do with Giikur?
Oh, of course. Not the Baltic Star. Somewhere else. Earth Park, perhaps.
Agnar looks down at his big Earth Park t-shirt and the combat armor. Just says, well, I mean, she could very well be there. I think that's possibly the last plan we'd given her, is to go to Earth Park.
He smiles and turns to Soraya and says, "How lovely. So nice to meet old friends, is it not?"
It's lovely to meet old friends, but we've not met any for a while. And she just turns away.
Oh.
She's
As she turns away, he glances across at the others and says, "I seem to spend a lot of time watching you leave."
You need to get a hobby.
One might start to think it was my personality.
Agnar sort of chuckles and laughs it off and just says, "Well, is there anything? Is there anything we can help you with to do with planets?"
Well, yes, definitely. But there would need to be trust, and I'm not sure we have that.
I can appreciate that.
He sort of steps slightly towards the remaining members of the group, as if thinking of saying something else, thinks better of it, perhaps, reaches out and just claps Kara quite warmly on the shoulder and turns immediately away back to the reception desk where he'd been standing. Next time.
Kara follows him over, claps him back on the shoulder a little bit too hard, if that makes sense, and then says, "Yeah, maybe next time," and just walks out through the door.
Okay. Right. Everyone except Soraya. Can you roll a streetwise check for me, please, with intellect?
Yes. Let's go for Agnar first. Get the worst one out of the way.
depends what it is. I've hit an 8 with Kara, 6 plus 2. So
Okay.
it depends how streetwise she needs to be, really.
Agnar got a 7 minus 3. It's a nice 4.
That's a 4. Yep. Okay.
And Stefan gets a 6 plus 2 is an 8.
It's an 8. Okay. All right. As he turns his back, there seems to be what you would call a set of his shoulders, as if he's very alert in case suddenly you guys try to attack him or something. He's not facing you, but it's very much a sort of, is something about to slip between my shoulder blades sort of pose, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think so. Stefan will probably catch up with Soraya and leave.
Okay.
At that point, or attempts to.
Well, unless she's, really sprinting out of the place, he will catch her if he tries. Yes.
Which I guess means, so what, we've got Stefan and Soraya leaving, we've got Kara that's just sort of wandered off a bit, and we've got Agnar that's just stood there in a very Daddy Agnar kind of way, I guess.
Kind of, yeah, probably just looking around a little bit. Just taking in all the weirdness that just happened.
Yes, absolutely.
The subtleties of human interaction on a level.
Yes, it was a fairly unusual conversation, it's fair to say, yeah. Yes.
Kara's going to turn around. She's got her device. She's got her device out, which I'm assuming in the future can take. Well, we've done